Good morning, and thank you so much for having me today. My name is Venus Singh, and I am truly excited to be here for this interview. I have been looking forward to this opportunity to speak with the team at Novascience Technologies, and I hope our conversation today gives you a clearer picture of who I am and what I can bring to this R&D officer role. Well, for the first question, my name is Venus Singh, and I am 19 years old. I am from Ceras Perdana, Selangor, and I am currently pursuing my diploma at Spectrum International University College. Throughout my studies, I have had the opportunity to work on various academic projects that sparked my genuine interest in research and development, particularly in how technology can be used to improve products and service for everyday users. Although I do not yet have formal working experience in the industry, I have been actively involved in group projects and assignments that require me to conduct research, analyze data, and come up with practical recommendations. This experience have helped me develop a research mindset, and I believe they have laid a strong foundation for me to grow in an R&D environment. Well, I am a hardworking, detail-oriented person who is always eager to learn. And I am confident that with a right opportunity, I can contribute meaningfully to Novascience technology. Well, for question two, in terms of my strength, the first one I will highlight is my strong attention to detail. When I am working on research tasks, I tend to be very thorough. I make sure I understand the data fully before drawing any conclusion. This has helped me produce more reliable output in my academic projects. My second strength is my ability to adapt quickly. I am comfortable working in new environments and picking up new skills, which I think is especially important in a fast-moving field like R&D. As for my weakness, one area I am working on is public speaking. I used to get quite nervous presenting in front of others. To overcome this, I have been deliberately pushing myself to volunteer for presentation in class, and I have noticed a real improvement over time. This interview itself is part of that journey. My second weakness is that I can sometimes be overly perfectionist to the point where I spend too much time refining something. I have been managing this by setting personal deadline for each stage of my work so that I stay on track without compromising quality. Well, for question three, I want to work at Novasys Technology because of the kind of work you do and the value you stand for. From what I have researched about your company, Novasys is known for developing AI integrated solutions that genuinely solve real-world problems. And that is exactly the kind of impact I want to be part of. I believe R&D should not just be about innovation for its own sake. It should be about creating things that actually improve people's life, and your company clearly shares that belief. On top of that, I feel that Novascience technology offers the kind of learning environment where someone like me, still in the early stage of my career, can grow significantly. I'm looking for a company where I can contribute, ask questions, make mistakes, and ultimately develop into a well-rounded R&D professional. I genuinely believe Nova Scenes is that place for me. Well, for question four, in 5 years, I see myself having grown significantly within the R&D field. Specifically, I hope to have completed my degree, ideally in a field related to technology or business innovation, and to have built up a solid portfolio of R&D projects that I have contributed to at Novasys Technologies. In terms of my role, I would like to have progressed from an entry-level position to taking on greater responsibility, perhaps leading a small research project or being involved in mentoring newer team members. I want to be someone who is known for producing reliable, high-quality research outputs and for bringing fresh perspective to product development challenges. Ultimately, I want to be in a position where I am making a real, measurable difference to the products and service that Novasin offers to its customers. For question 5, while I have not held a formal R&D position before, my academic experience has given me a strong exposure to the fundamental of the research and development in a business context. In one of my major projects, I conducted a market analysis for a stimulated tech startup where I had to research customer pain points, evaluate existing solutions in the market, and propose a new product concept that could fill the gaps. That process identifying a problem, researching it deeply, and developing a solution is essentially what R&D is all about. In other projects, I work with a team to analyze user feedback, data, and recommend improvements to an existing product feature. Through that experience, I learned how important it is to ground your R&D decision in real user need rather than assumption. This experience has taught me how to think critically, work with data that present findings clearly, all skills that I believe are directly relevant to the R&D officer's role and Novasin's technologies. I'm ready to bring that foundation into a real professional setting and continue building on it. Well, for question 6, I believe R&D is one of the most powerful tools a company has to stay ahead in a competitive market. In today's business landscape, customer expectations are constantly evolving. What impressed customers 2 years ago may be considered standard or even outdated today. R&D allows a company like Novasin's Technologies to stay ahead of that curve by continuously improving existing product and developing new solutions before the competition does. More specifically, R&D contributes by enabling the company to listen to customers more effectively. Through research, we can identify unmet needs and frustration that customers may not even be able to articulate yet. When a company acts on those insights and delivers solutions that feel almost anticipatory, it builds a strong sense of loyalty and trust. Customers do not just come back because the product is good. They come back because they feel understood. And I think that is the kind of a customer relationship that R&D done well can help Novasin build and sustain. Well, for question 7, when it comes to managing a heavy R&D project, I think the most important thing is to start with a very clear plan before diving into the work itself. That means breaking the project down into smaller, manageable milestones, assigning realistic deadlines to each one, and identifying what resources, whether that is budget, personnel, or tools, are needed at each stage. In terms of resource allocation, I will prioritize based on impact and urgency. For example, the phase of a project that directly affects the final product quality or the project timeline should receive the more attention and resources. I will also build in some buffer time and budget for unexpected challenges because in R&D, things are rarely go exactly according to plan. Communication is also critical. I believe in keeping all stakeholders informed regularly so that any issue can be flagged and addressed early before they escalate. From my academic projects, I have learned that a team that communicates well and plan ahead tend to manage pressure much better than one that does not. Well, for question 8, to be honest, as someone who is still in the early stage of my career and relatively new to the industry, I do not think it would be appropriate for me to put forward a very specified number at this point. That said, I have done some research on the market rate for the entry-level R&D position in Malaysia tech sector. And I understand that a range of around 2,000 ringgit to 2,800 ringgit per month is typical for a candidate at my level. I'm genuinely flexible and open to discussion because for me, the most important thing at this stage is not the salary itself. It is the opportunity to learn, contribute meaningfully, and grow within a company like Novasyn's Technology. I am confident that if I prove my value to the team, the compensation will reflect that over time. I am happy to follow the company standard remuneration structure for this position. Well, for the last question, yes. Actually, I do have two questions that I would love to ask. My first question is, could you tell me more about the R&D projects that the team is currently working on and what the typical day-to-day looks like for someone in this role? I ask because I want to make sure that I come in with a realistic understanding of the work and can hit the ground running. My second question is, what does the onboarding and training process look like for new team members? I am always looking for ways to develop my skills, so I would love to know what kind of support and learning opportunities Novasin Technologies provide for someone who is new to the industry. Thank you so much for this opportunity to interview for the research and development in officers position at Novasin's Technology. I have really enjoyed our conversation today. And I feel even more excited about this role after having the chance to share my background and learn more about what the team is working on. I am confident that my passion for research, my eagerness to learn, and my commitment to producing quality work will make me a genuine asset to your R&D team. I would love the opportunity to be part of Nova Science Technologies and to contribute to the company growth and innovation. Once again, thank you so much for your time and consideration. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope to have the chance to continue this conversation further. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you and goodbye.